Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, can't believe that we're already here. Days are long, weeks are short. It's kind of how it feels. Also feels like a group that, isn't done yet. Looking forward to having some more chances to coach them this week and hopefully next if all goes as it should. But yeah, pleased with level performance, particularly in the Ohio State match. A lot of who we are showing up at the right time together and hopefully sets us up for a big week here. But like we said last week, both these weeks we thought of as NCAA tournament practice, just playing a good team in the first night and an even better team the next night. And certainly that holds true. Illinois, probably the most improved Big Ten team, I think, since the preseason, playing great volleyball. And so welcoming them on Friday, getting to celebrate a few of our seniors, which we're excited about. They've been here not for too long a time, but they certainly have made a big impact. So excited to share that moment with them. So.
What, in terms of the importance of the weekend, how much time do you put into thinking, how do we make sure we're in the tournament, and how do you take care of the weekend as well with what you have to do?
Yeah, I think all thoughts lead you back to the same path, right? Or however you want to go about it, it always comes back to, well, let's have a good practice today, and let's have a good practice tomorrow, and let's have a great match versus Illinois on Friday. So how you get to that final thought is up to you, but where you go and where it takes you always leads you back to the most important thing, which is having a great day today.
What did you learn about that back-to-back format, both as a team and as a staff? And are you making sort of any changes to your approach on that for this weekend and come the tournament time when you have those back-to-back matches?
Yeah, it had been a while, right? It had been a while since we had done that, and most of the time you have that back-to-back, you think about all the things that can go wrong, right, in terms of physically and prep. But I liked that we passed the test, so we followed a similar model this week. Preparation film's been done for a while, and we're focusing on us and physically, just trying to make sure we do enough each day, but not too much where they're feeling it on Friday or Saturday, and that's the tricky part of a long week like this.
Is there any part of this that feels like it's out of your control in a way, or do you still view this as we get to dictate how our
yeah, the illusion of control, Jeff. Thanks. The most important parts of this are within our control, right? Our how we go about today, our preparation, how we show up on Friday. I think my message to them is simply there is no reason that you're going to accept if you don't play your best this weekend. No reason is going to be good enough for you when you look back on it if you aren't showing up and being your best on Friday and Saturday. That's kind of what I've been thinking.
Illinois is one of only 2 teams in the Power 5 with 6 players to play in every single set. What do you have to watch out for in a team with that much sort of cohesion that they've built?
Yeah, as I watch them, I just think maturity, right? You start to see repeated behaviors from them regardless of the environment. I think they've got 2 extremely experienced outside hitters who are extremely good in bad situations. That they're playing December-type volleyball, and so they have your attention right away. They're a really tough serving team. They let it rip, and that can kind of catch you off guard. So those 2 things have our attention and will be talked about. But yeah, I think they've been through it, just like we've been through it, and they're better for it. Again, if they were playing like this earlier in the season, I think it'd be a different situation for them. But I've got a lot of respect for the team that they are today.
With this first season of coaching now, almost at least under your belt, what do you know now about the Minnesota program from the head coaching standpoint? How do you see that future kind of play out? Just knowing like who you've got coming back and who you've got coming in, and all that good stuff.
You always hear and envision how well a program's supported, right, in a lot of different ways, from community support to department support. You find out what kind of support you have when things aren't going well, and last weekend's matches told me something. To have 2 sold-out crowds for Iowa and Ohio State, not the most highly ranked teams in the conference, to have our community show up and be great, and to see our players showing up, I don't know, it was, you always hope that it's there, and it's been there all year from our community.
What kind of momentum did that Indiana game specifically bring to the team? How do you see that playing out this weekend?
Every performance builds on itself. I'm not a huge momentum person. I think it exists. It exists because we make it exist for some people, But I've thought that every match that we played was important. The last stretch of 6 matches here, and I like what we're building and where we're at today.
Related to that, how much do you hold on to the model of Saturday for what this team is capable of versus sort of wiping the slate clean?
Yeah, I don't think anyone's resting. Yeah, they were here on Monday, and I think we try and own it. You try and have that balance of owning a good performance, and but not hanging on it too long where it affects you on Wednesday and Thursday and certainly Friday. But you got to own it, just like they've taken responsibility for bad performances. You got to take responsibility for good ones too, and understand what you got right.
When you're getting ready for a weekend like this, a crucial match, is this a time where you feel loose as a coach, where you want to react within the match, or is this a time where you want to say, we have a plan and we're going to implement that in this match?
Yeah, I think for a lot of this season, you're trying to bring skill in, is the phrase that I've heard, and then in these last weeks, you're trying to let skill out, right? So we're still teaching, we're still coaching, but you want to make sure that you're letting out all the work that you put in, I think is the phrase that I heard that I really like.
Anything else for Coach? We're all set.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Let's just start with sort of this season instead of maybe thinking about the whole career, but how has this played out for you? Has it given you the things that you hoped you would get from a fifth year?
Yeah, absolutely. I've met lifelong friends. I have coaches that have bettered my game and improved my game, and coaches and people that want to see me succeed moving forward, and that's all I can ask for from this fifth bonus season. So yeah, I'm very happy and I'm super excited. It's not over yet, so I'm super excited to see what we have left.
I feel like I asked you this towards the beginning of the season, but just now that it's said and done with Ohio State coming, what was it like to play them here as opposed to in Columbus?
It was fun. I mean, it's so cool to always have all my favorite people in the same place at the same time playing the game that I love. So it was just cool. Whether it was, it was special there because I got to see people that I would probably never see again, but also this is my new home. So to have them here and to perform well was cool.
Is there any part of this final weekend that feels heightened for you? Not just for maybe your own individual goals, but also for just what this team has in front of it?
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge weekend. It's the last weekend, of course, and so the emotions are already heightened, but this game on Friday is the biggest game of the season. So I'm just trying to take it day by day. I'm trying to enjoy it. I'm trying to just enjoy it, yeah, honestly.
You mentioned that the season's not done yet, so how important is this weekend to ramp up to what you hope then?
Yeah, this weekend has it all in front of us for the future. I mean, like, it's us or Illinois, and so the game Friday, it's a perfect matchup, the last game of the season. I mean, what more would anybody volleyball fan ask for? So, I mean, it comes down to us or Illinois, I think, to make the for sure to get into the tournament, but if not, then we'll see what happens on Sunday. Yeah.
What would you say you're most proud of with how the team as a whole has grown over this year?
Yeah, I think it could have been really easy for us to just keep spiraling and finding complaints or just, finding ways to validate why things are going wrong. But I think the girls and the coaches and everybody included have just kept striving for more and just keeps pushing to be better and be better people. And so I think it's just worked out, and I love the stuff that everybody's overcome.
The team meeting after Rutgers, how did that kind of help build the thought process behind the team heading towards the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think after that game we kind of sat down and we were like, no more. We're better than this. I remember sitting everyone down and just kind of being like, this is not Minnesota volleyball. This is not the program I became a part of. These are not the people that I know you guys are, and we need to get back to work on Monday with a whole new mindset, a whole new mentality, and with Keegan and everybody included. So we just kind of had to get a restart, and I think that's what we did.
I want to talk to you about Taylor specifically. Think about her development this season.
Yeah.
In the back row too,
Yeah.
her ability to serve, receive after she was just getting hammered.
Yeah.
And on top of that, her offense has come around. I just wonder, what has it been like playing with her? What have
Yeah.
you seen with her as a player?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really fun playing with Taylor. I love it. She takes a lot of our load, and I wouldn't want to be her, but that's how it is with every position. But I love passing next to her. I was new here, so I had to create that relationships with all of them. So it's really been fun doing that, and also just seeing how it's grown throughout the 6 months. And she's an all-star. And I remember coming here, I was like, oh my gosh, player of the year, I can't wait to play with her. And she's lived up to everything that I've thought of. So I love playing with her, and I love watching her grow. I think she's really grown as a leader this season, and her skill's always been there. It's always going to be there. But I think just as a person, she's really stepped up and started to use her voice more, and that's what we need from her. So.
Preview viewing Illinois? I mean, you've gone up against Raina Terry 4 times in your career. What have
Oh
you
yeah,
learned?
yeah. She's someone that I always look forward to playing. Like she's a beast. She knows what she's doing, and she carries that team on her back. And they have a great team, but she loves that team, and she does what she needs to do to get the job done. And I know she's coming in here Friday night ready to go because she's proved herself all season. So why not do it one more time against a Minnesota team that everybody wants to beat? So I'm excited. I mean, I think it's going to be a really good matchup, and fun things are going to happen here at the PAV on Friday.
Anything else for Kylie? You're all set?
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. How is the team approaching this final week?
Yeah.
You have goals in front of you. You have a #1 team coming to town. Like, what's your mindset like going into a big final weekend of the regular
I think
season?
we're just really excited to just show everybody what we can do. I think we've been working super hard this season, and we've been just fighting a lot of adversity, and so we're just excited to like show out and show what we can do, and really just like end this regular season with a bang.
Yeah.
And so that's our intent this next weekend.
Is there? I know that a lot of the season has been about maintaining levels.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kind of trying to be consistent throughout the season. Is there a part of that gets difficult when it is the final weekend?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I have to imagine this is like maybe a heightened sense of energy.
I think there is, but I think it's all being channeled in the right way. Like, we know what this weekend means for us, but at the end of the day, we're like, it's just another game. We're going to do what we need to do. We're going to show out, and just at the end of the day, we're going to put our best foot forward, and whatever happens, happens. But we're going in with the best intent, best mindset, and we're just like ready to take it on.
So the last time you guys took on Nebraska, you took them to 5 sets. Obviously now you guys are a lot more composed. What was it?
It was 3 sets.
Oh,
Yeah,
3
yeah,
sets.
yeah.
Okay. Either way, you put up a strong fight. How do you kind of translate that energy from the last game to this game?
I think we've had like a lot of growth during that time, and so we know what we did during that time was like really good, and like we had moments where we were like, this is Gopher volleyball. But I think going into this weekend, we know we've grown so much over that like time frame, and we've learned so much over the games we played between Nebraska and when we played them again. So we're just ready to show out like what we can do, and we know we can play better than we did last time, and so that's the intent and that's the goal for us this time around. Yeah.
And how have you seen your role on this team develop from the beginning of the season to now?
Oh, it's changed completely. I think just getting comfortable with everybody and like being able to like play free and like showcase what I can do and work with like I think I've grown a lot in terms of just being able to play the way that I want to play and like feeling comfortable where I'm at and leaning on my teammates and just being able to do what I need to do and just so I can help them and so they can help me. And so it's just been over the course of the season I've learned to like just lean on them, and that's the only way we could like get through this and get where we are today and hopefully get to the tournament.
Can you explain to me? I've noticed that the service pressure has seemed strong the last couple of weeks. How does that impact the defense? You know, I think sometimes about how these kind of elements of the game work together. But is having that strong serve something that then allows you to be a better middle blocker and to kind of situate the defense?
100%. Like, it starts with the serve. Like, if they get them out of system, then it's like, oh, I know it's going to the outside. Oh, I know it's going pin to pin. And I just, like, it makes it so much easier for me. Like, I don't have to do the reading, perfect pass, 3 options. It's like 1 option, get going over there, and then hopefully do something that helps the team. Like, get a block, get a touch. Just do something that's valuable because they did their job and like gave them a good serve. Yeah. What
are your takeaways from your blocking performance on Saturday?
I think I learned that I play better when I play free. I think it was funny because I came into that game kind of like, it's like my feet didn't like, I don't know, I was just feeling a little like weird and I was like, I don't know what's happening, but I was like very mindful of like how I was feeling, and so I think that helped me a lot. It's just when I'm extra mindful and like extra in the moment that like I'm able to perform better, and like that's my intent going into this next weekend, is just to be extra mindful and be in the moment and be where my feet are.
Then tell me a little bit about the dynamic. Obviously you having the most college experience, Erica being like having the most experience here at Minnesota, and then bringing in and mentoring Calissa. What's that dynamic like and how's it evolved a bit?
I think we have like the best like dynamic going on. It's like we're all really close. Like middle group is the best group. I'm being a little bit biased, but like middle group is the best group. We're always having to do stuff a little bit separately from the rest of the team, just because we are like a lot of the team will be passing, serving, and passing, and we'll be doing like middle touches, and so it's just been like we all are like I don't even think it's like we're different ages. Like we're all the same. We're all like learning from each other. Like I'm learning from Calista all the time. She's learning from me. I'm learning from Erica. Erica's like, it's just, we're all in it together. And like we have our moments where we're like, I need you to help me out. Like, what do you see? And like, we're just like very helpful with one another, supporting one another. We're all in it together kind of thing. And so it's been really fun to be like in a group like that with a group of girls that are really supportive.
For you, what does it mean to play free, and what is that feeling like?
I think it's just, again, being where my feet are, like not thinking about like the next point, like just thinking about what's in front of me, like getting the right read, or just moving my feet, like being extra intentional about like if I'm fronting, I'm like getting in front of the hitter, and certain things, just being like extra intentional, I think is what I mean by being free, is just focusing on what's in front of me. Yeah.
Anything more for Phoebe?
Yeah, you talked about sort of channeling that energy like in productive ways. How much in this last stretch are you able to like briefly take a second and just take it all in?
I think it hasn't hit me yet, so I feel like it's just like another week and like another set of games, but obviously it means a little bit more this time because it is senior night, it's a big weekend, last couple games of the season. But I think I'm just like, I don't want to change the way I approach each week, because then that's like not good. So I'm just gonna like take one day at a time, one practice at a time, keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully it like pays off this weekend.
All right, Phoebe, you're all set.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Bye.